Alright, hey guys, it's your girl Shanique, and I've decided that I want to use my niche, which is loving to help people and talk. I'm gonna put those together and try to start a series. A series I've not yet determined the exact name, but I know that it surrounds life. So as you can see around, you probably can't see this side, but there is quite a few certification trophies and whatnot behind me, so you know that I'm coming to you from an informed background. So a lot of people keep asking me questions and I'd love to answer them. I think that there is much more persons out there that probably also have questions, so I want to use my platform to help persons with questions about life, finances, mortgage, education, and basically everything. So that's where the life coach comes in. I am certified in psychology as well, counseling. So you can ask me anything, and you can also help me to determine the topics that I'll talk about each week. It's also helping me to be more consistent, and each one help one reach one. So let's get into this series. Alright, so I'm sweating a bit because I have not yet set up the station completely how I want it. I don't want to bring the fan in here and then you're hearing the sounds. So until we are where we need to be, I'm going to be hot. I mean, I do have a few fans, but I'm not trying to do any promotions. But let me try to hold it probably here. Hopefully the sound is not being distorted. But the first thing I think I want to talk about, and it's a part of what I do. So I've done financial advisory, I've done accounting, I've done banking, I've done, you name it, I have done it. So it's from these backgrounds that I want to inform persons, because I don't want to be giving you information that I know absolutely nothing about. And if you do have a question, if I don't know, I want to do the responsible thing and go and do my research, and I will come back to you with an explanation to the best of my ability. So you can hold me accountable to that. So let's begin. So the first thing that we're going to be discussing, you may find my hand moving a little bit. My gesticulation helps with my relaxation. I mean, there's nobody else here, but you know, can imagine that this video will be hopefully going to thousands and millions of people. So let's get it correct. All right, so the first thing I want to discuss, and it's from a Jamaican's perspective, it may be adopted, some of the principles may be adopted for other regions, other countries, but I'm going to be giving the basics so that you can apply it wherever, okay? All right, so the first thing I want to discuss with you guys is banking from my banking perspective. I know that there's a lot of persons who know about these things, but it's very alarming based on where I sit. Most of the times you realize that, hey, there's much more people out there that does not know how to get an account or do not have an account. So let's help you guys. So in Jamaica, or basics across globes, how you get an account, these are the things that you'll need. So you need to have a valid ID. Some persons will tell you that if you are a minor, some organizations, let me go by saying that, well, if you're a minor, will ask you for your birth certificate. It stands as your ID if you're a minor. However, once you're going to school, they may demand your school ID. You can also bring your birth certificate with you along with the ID. When you get to 16 in Jamaica, that's our legal age of doing certain things just for YouTube. So you are able to open an account on your own in Jamaica at 16, as long as you bring your school ID, your birth certificate, and that's it, and you open an account. But it will be a minor account, which means that you won't be able to, say for example, do a fixed deposit or any investment or anything like that. It's just a minor account to help you save toward the future. However, if it is that you are an adult, the system naturally is gonna request more from you. So it requires that you have a proof of address, which can be in the form of a bill. So that's a light bill, a water bill, a gas bill for those who live overseas. Phone, I did say phone already. Internet bill, or you can use a bank statement from other banks, because what I find, it's weird, but I mean, you can't use your own documents to verify for itself. I can see from that perspective. So it is required, if you do not have any bill in your name, that you have a bank statement. Bank statements usually carry an address with your name. So you can use a bank statement if you are banking with, for example, a VM or Victoria Mutual, that is, or Sagicor or Scotia or JN or NCB. You can use a statement from any of those to verify at another bank. So you can go on the online platforms and pull down a statement for yourself, or for those institutions that does not allow you, which is weird, it happens though, that does not allow you to pull down a statement, you can go in, ask customer service for and pay for a bank statement. All right, and that can be used to verify your address. For some institutions, like the one I've worked at or is working at, they have their own form. So it's a blank form that you take to JP, a notary public, to get it completed to verify that that's where you live. And for the national ID, that can also be used as your proof of address, because on the back side of it, you'll know that there is an address on there. Some financial institution will also take a lease agreement. If it is that you are on a rental property or a lease property, you can take your rent receipts, contracts, lease agreements, and so forth. For persons who bought their property not yet set up, which I can't see how you wouldn't have a bill in your name, or maybe you bought a property and you don't have all the requisite documents already, you can use the property tax documents to verify. Okay, so that's one. You do need to have a legal national ID. So if it is in your case that you're using the national ID for your proof of address, you cannot then use it for your ID. So it only is able to be used for one thing at a time. Hopefully you understand that. So you would need to get either a passport or driver's license for the ID purpose in that case. But if it is that you're using the bill or bank statement for your proof of address, you can use your national ID for your ID. All right. You also need to prove that you are able to fund the account. So you need source of funds. Source of funds varies across institutions, across nation, across the globe, across regions. But on a basic level, your source of fund would look like a pay slip. For some institutions, they ask for 3 or 6 months. Where I used to work, it's 1. Depending though, because if it is that you get weekly paid, then not
that them really want. Latte with twist for make you flaunt. Turmeric packed with pumpkin spice. Chewy flavor with delight. It really, really nice. May I for say it twice. Latte with twist for make you flaunt. Turmeric, packed with pumpkin spice. Chewy, flavor with the...
Yeah, so for monthly, naturally you need one. You also need to have, so I did ID, I did proof of address, oh, pay slips. So for persons who are self-employed, naturally you would not have a pay slip. For the institution that I work or used to work or whatever, they have their own form for the self-employed. You take that naturally, just as the address verification to the JP, you take the self-employed verification form to the JP to basically verify that you are self-employed. And please guys, I have seen this way too frequent. You go and you give it to the JP and you're not interacting with the JP. So you come, you bring the documents to us and you don't even know what is on it. How do you take a document and not review it before you take it? Lest when somebody asks you, then you can't verify and then you look stupid. So I'm asking you to interact with the JP when it is that you get these forms to take to the JP. So if it is that you know you live somewhere for 20 years, it should not be saying 5 or 7 on the paper. Less, why is it not matching? And then you look like you're telling a lie. So please interact, please read them, because even with the self-employed form, sometimes there's a sentence that started on the form. So it says, this person is self-employed as, so they can't put a businesswoman. Businesswoman is pretty vague. You have to say, okay, self-employed as a shop owner, a mechanic, a carpenter, or whatever. So you need to read it. I've seen it's laughable sometimes. Yeah, so make sure that you are interacting with your JPs. It's way too laughable. Some of the responses that I see on the paper, some people say, oh, I'm a taxi man, taxi operator. Yet on the paper it says something else, and then you're taking this to me, you're handing it to me, and I tend to just ask because I like to do that, and then your answer doesn't match what's on the paper. Like, be for real. Be for real. You want people to take you serious? Act serious. So you need to review documents when it is that somebody fills something out. For you. And guys, let us try to help ourselves a little bit. I know I'm talking about finances, but in essence, generally, I did say life coach situations. So I will stray from time to time to include other things that have to do with building up oneself. So in this regard, I'm going to say, let us try to help ourselves. I mean, a lot of us didn't grow up with the correct backgrounds, and so we probably don't know how to read, we probably don't know how to spell and stuff. So let's take some time to kind of help ourselves, go to some after schools, develop ourselves, because it is when you are out there interacting with the world, you don't want people to be looking at you sideways, especially when you come in front of a person and they're asking you questions and your mere name you can't spell. You're asking for your ID, you know, to spell your name. I mean, understandably, we know that some people go through things and stuff like that and never have, but you can invest in yourself, and it doesn't matter how old you are. Some institution, this part varies. The business certificate. So from a compliance background, some institutions will just take the business certificate as your proof of self-employment. But what I've known from my own self, you can have a business and it's not in operations. And so because I do have my business certificate on that side, as I say, you may not be able to see everything based on the camera and its range. However, there's much more in here to back up what I'm talking about. And so as I said, I'm still building this space. So I still have not yet hung up everything, but I don't want to wait. You know, years and time is passing me by, and I want to get the ball rolling. So here I am. Yeah, so Some institutions will take that alone. However, from a compliance perspective, they may need to dig a little bit deeper. So some institutions will still ask you to complete the self-verification, self-employment verification form, as well as they may ask you to write a letter. Just elaborating a little bit on what you do, what your business sell, what you make on a weekly basis, monthly basis, bi-weekly basis, and so forth. So I cover ID, address, proof of employment. These are the basics that you need to open a simple account. Some institutions do have a simplified account where you only need the ID and TRN. If you want more information on that, you can say so in the comment section and I will guide you accordingly to where you can get that account. But it is limited, just like the minor account. It is limited. So most of the information I am giving you today is on a personal account basis with the bank. However, I do have information on the business account. I think I should break it up because I don't want it to be information overload. So I want you to come back and keep coming back. So I will be breaking up the information. So I won't be delving into business accounts today. And you go with money. I know some institution will not ask you for funds, but most, if not all, do ask you to carry some amount of funds to open the account. So if you're using a US account, more than likely it's $100 minimum to open. For a basic JMB account, you will need $2,500. For the mine, I think it's probably $500 or $100. For the simplified one that I was telling you about, and if you needed more information, say so in the comment section and I will definitely take you through that. But do walk with some cash, guys. Some institutions give you the card right away. If you want me to tell you about an institution where you get the card right away, hit me in the comment section. I'll direct you accordingly. And it's not right across institutions, I'll say that. What else can I say as it relates to opening a personal account in Jamaica? Some institutions you can do it via an app. Some of you still need some guidance in that respect, so you need to go in. I think they're getting out the whole paper form. So if it is that you aren't able to read, I would suggest that you take somebody that you trust with you to assist you with that. The fan blade. Okay. So if it is that you're unable to maneuver certain things, I would advise you to take somebody that you trust along with you, because it is more lengthy when the person processing you have to fill out stuff for you and then replicate that information in the system. It takes a longer time, and we're trying to be efficient and everybody wants to meet their target, so you can imagine. So I would advise that you take somebody along with you if it is that you are not as versed with applications to assist you with the process. What else can I say? Oh, I know that there are some people who do like art and pension and stuff like that. So for those as source of funds, you would take the pension letter or one of them pension statement with you as your source of funds. For those who are just entering an institution to work, you would take the job letter. Make sure that it is within 3 months or it is an expired document and it cannot be used. And for your IDs, please check the expiration dates, because we do not use, I mean, you may think it crazy for me to be mentioning this, but I've seen enough to be speaking on this. People have taken expired documents to be used and I'm like, whoa. But I get it, and I'm giving everybody grace. I get it, everybody don't know. Alright, so do check the expiration date on your documents before you take them. Usually it's a 3-month bracket that you have. So if it is that you just started an institution, make sure to check your job letters, because it's crazy. People writing job letters, you guys are beginning to surprise the life out of me. So job letters are to include these things: the date, first the name of the person that is employed, the date that they were employed, the post that they were employed to, and the amount that they're getting. These are important to the job letter. It is not a job letter if it does not include these things. Please, guys. All right, so if you are getting a job letter, ensure that these are the details that is in there, and the length of your stay if it is a contract, because some people get a contract and it says, okay, you'll be working from year to year. All right, so that is to be included in the job letter. For some people like Heart, yeah, it is a job letter and it is a contract, so those would be in there. For some who are, because I've gotten wards of the state as well, it should include that, okay, you're in charge of this person and this is the amount, because I get to understand that they get a stipend. So you tell us the amount of stipend and whatnot, and that would be used for source of fund in that case. If it is that you're opening an account for a child, you're going as the guardian or parent or whoever, you need to write a letter stating that you are financially responsible for the child. Or right, so for persons like grandma, aunt, uncle, nieces, nephews, other relatives and friends that are trying to open accounts for minors, in that case you will need permission from the parent. There are exceptions to that though. So if it is a case where, say for example, the parent died or you adopted the child, you can bring the legal documents to say that you are the legal guardian for the child, and that will suffice. However, if it is not the case and the parents are alive, it is required that you get a written permission to say that, okay, the parent is giving you permission to open the account for the child, for your niece, for your nephew, for your grand, whatever, and get that certified or sealed or stamped by a JP, some legal body, to verify. You also need to take an ID from the parent in the case of these living persons to say that, okay, this is the person, whatnot. And then you need to also bring your proof of your ID and your proof of income as to how you will be funding this child's account. So you need to take those things along with you. What again? For foreigners, diaspora, you need to listen up. I need to even clear the air, because you guys need to come to the front. Come to the front, man. Come to the front, because boy, is it ticklish for you guys, and it's about to get even more ticklish for you guys. However, let me give you the basic rundown. Alright, so diaspora persons who are coming back to Jamaica and want to open an account to facilitate mortgage, you want to buy a house, because we know we're trying to come back now based on what's happening in the US, for example, or you want to send money building up a property, or you're fixing up a property and you want to send them money to facilitate the building of the property, paying the workmen and whatever. So you want to open an account. Here are the documents that you need. Thank me later. Thank me in the comment section. You do need 2 forms of ID, to include the passport, which is your means of transport. Alright, so you're going to use your passport along with a state ID or a driver's license. You can have, because I know a lot of people have green cards, so you can use your Jamaican passport and a state ID from there, or a driver's license, or you can, if you're a citizen there, use your US or Canadian or whatever other country you belong to passport and the Jamaican national ID, driver's license or whatever. You can also use all the documents from over there, so a citizen's passport and a driver's license or national ID from there, and your TRN to show relationship to Jamaica, or a birth certificate from Jamaica to prove your relationship with Jamaica, and all documents from there. You also, guys who like to say, oh, your social isn't supposed to be they tell you that you shouldn't share your social. It is required of us in Jamaica to collect your social because a lot of people. For those who like to say, oh, we shouldn't share our socials and whatnot, it is required of us because there's a lot of, that US, before I get to that, wherever you are in the world, they want to tax you. And it is on that basis, and you should go read on your FATCA. So go look up FATCA, right? And you can go on the IRS website to see that you are supposed to be sharing that with us, bank institutions. So don't go say, me say share your SSN with everybody. So the bank is required to take this information from you. So walk with, because a lot of people, oh, we don't walk up and down with this. If you have your W2 or any other 1040 or whatever tax form, it is on there. You can walk with that if you don't want to walk up and down with the social card. Alright, so it is required of us to take it. Banking institution, not us, but banking institution to collect this information for tax purposes. So you are required to bring those IDs, so 2 forms of ID, your social. You are required to bring I would say, for a smoother transaction, to bring a pay slip and a job letter. Some places may just ask you for one, but I would say bring both. To save yourself the heartache and the pain and the rub and the scream. Bring both, and bring as much pay slips as you can. So you do need social, the pay slip, and that. So gas bill, water bill, light bill, bank statements, credit card with the IDs and the proof of income and the social. You can, if you have your TRN, you walk with your TRN as well, so it's not a substitute for. And for those persons who like to come here and lie, it doesn't work because you look funny and we have the capabilities of seeing. Alright, so stop coming, and when you're in Jamaica you want to transact business as though you live here, because weirdly, and I hate the fact that Jamaican system is the way it is, where you just come, go to the tax office, get your TRN, go get your driver's license, go get this and that. Because I know of a fact that the persons living in the States, they just come down here, get all of these documents, and then want to transact as though they live here. But as I said, the bank and financial institutions have ways and means of knowing, and then you look funny and you don't want to be dealing with a financial institution and be looking funny, lest you want to do business and they refuse you, right? So let's just be a little bit more truthful. BOJ has also required for the banks to collect a little bit more details from you, so you will be filling out a source of wealth. Boy, is it crazy when persons are filling this out and they get all crazy and why them ask me all of this. It's on your side that is forcing us to collect these information. So don't think that ain't nobody trying to fast in your business. We're really not trying to fast in your business. Not just that, but based on the products that the financial institution offer, they're trying to gather information as to what they will be able to sell you.
Do you need help with visa application or vacation itineraries? Well, look no further. Book a consultation with BIMS JA Travel Services by sending a WhatsApp to 3915586. That's 3915586. Or you can scan the QR that is currently on the screen. Some of the visa services that we offer include the US, Canada, British, and the Schengen. Remember, send us a WhatsApp at 3915586.
Yeah guys, and as I said, if it is that I'm missing anything, you can ask the questions in the comment section. If I'm able to respond, I will. If I'm not, I will say so. I will also do research in some cases to be able to respond to you, because it is me coming out here trying to help persons, because I realize that there is a need And I realized that people just don't know. I mean, unless you tell somebody or somebody has experienced something, we take for granted that there are people out here that don't know. And I have found myself in a couple of situations over the years, making errors, because I didn't know. And this is me now helping others to not make the same errors or have a more smoother transition, all right, when they're doing anything. So this is me helping you guys, and I hope that you guys can appreciate the information. If it is that I'm saying something that you're not comfortable with or wish to query, you can query it in the comment section. I will respond to you. This is an interactive platform, and I love when you talk to me. I love when you ask me questions and you're helping me if I didn't know before to go search it up, and I'm learning while I'm helping you guys. All right, so you can ask me the questions. Back to the diaspora and open the account in Jamaica. Yeah, proof of address, proof of employment, ID, TRN, social, SIN, NIN for the British and the Canadians. You know, the national insurance or tax code that you need, so you bring those. We interrupt the program to highlight the sponsors of this week's video.
The Integrated Cleaning Services offers professional, affordable, and reliable cleaning services designed to suit your schedule. Our services include residential, janitorial, move in and out, and construction cleaning services. But that's not all. We've recently added after-party cleanup services. To book an appointment, send us a WhatsApp message at 391-5586. That's 391-5586. Remember to follow us on Instagram at B_integrated_services. Black Hive Entertainment 876 offers equipment rental for your weddings, parties, conventions, video recordings, and much more. Our equipment include LED power lights, fog machine, bubble machine, and projectors. How do you find us? Check us out on Instagram at blackhive_entertainment_876, or you can call us at 391-5586.
For those persons who are not naturals in Jamaica and you want to open an account in Jamaica, naturally you're bringing your passport, your birth certificate, another form of ID, proof of income, proof of employment, yada yada yada, the same. However, in addition to that, you're writing a letter to say why it is, and this is a requirement, why it is that you want to open an account outside of your country. All right, so yeah, and it's a very important question. So have these things ready, guys. It makes your transaction a little bit more smooth, less headache and cussing and quarrel. Oh, when they said them not ask me the question. For the persons who like to say this, understand this. Jamaica is Jamaica. Wherever you belong is wherever you belong. The systems do not communicate readily or immediately. We have to go search or seek out. So when you come here and you say, oh, when me about this, I'm gonna bang them, your darling or where person, when you go somewhere else, this is how persons gather information on you. So you have to present these things. You don't live here. You're actually giving us something to go do. Now we gotta take what you give us and go search to ensure that what you're saying or what you've given us is valid. If you're in your own country, it just takes a button. They just press on all your information. The hesitation in supplying information is understand. We understand, however, it's a little bit more difficult when you put up this resistance because again, you are trying to buy into what we're offering. So you arguing not helping the situation, right? So let us go out there and behave, you know, amicably, professionally, and dignified, right? And operate with integrity, because what I've found too is that people, and guys, before I get to, because I tend to do that, you know, but on this topic, I'm just job. Pardon me, this is how I am. As information flows is how I bring it to you. Don't falsify your document. These are reputable companies. They have ways and means. A compliance department is attached to all of these institutions. And by the time the document gets up there, they're going to figure out what you're up to. You're not that smart. So guys, and then you look funny. Again, you don't want to be selling yourself as that. Right? Because then it becomes a problem. And once it's a problem with one institution, right across the board will refuse you. So let's be honest in exercising our transactions. Try to be as honest as possible. Right? Yeah, so if you're not a natural in the country, then you have to complete the source of wealth, and you have to write this letter.
Need appetite suppressors, fat blockers, or metabolism boosters? Try the B Slimming Tea. You can order by dialing 391-5586 or by WhatsApp.
This is literally just something that is coming from my brain heart space. If you can, look about getting a critical illness plan or putting measures in place to ensure that you have coverage in case of some sort of critical illness, cancer, heart attack, stroke, accident. Do it. I know, especially in the last 2 years, I've known so many people my age, younger, a little bit older, who have been diagnosed with cancer, and everybody's saying is, Lord have mercy, the expenses that come with this thing. And when I look at the amount of money that I pay per month at 28 to have some sort of umbrella or some sort of safety net in the event that I get sick, it is a drop in the bucket. You don't want to be sick and looking around and saying, Lord have mercy, now I have to start a GoFundMe, what am I going to do? It really offsets.
I think I would have covered every aspect of the account opening, from minor to teenager. When I say the 16-year-old can open an account for themselves, to adults, to the diaspora, to even unnatural persons. If it is that I've left out anything, again, you can always ask your questions in the comment section. I will be responding, guys. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell, because I will be coming to you on a life coach perspective, trying to ensure that I help persons to better themselves, become the best selves, their best selves for 2025 and beyond. As I said, this is my niche. I've thought about it. I've always been asked questions, and I think that there's much more persons out there that I have not crossed paths with who probably need the information. So it is that I'm going to be using my platform to answer these questions and to speak on these topics so that I can be helping persons right across the world. Also, it is that again, I have had some hiccups, so I want to make the path a little bit more smooth for persons instead of having everybody have the same issues. And nobody helped me, so I want to help persons. I wish there was a me out there, when I was doing my thing. So there's much that I'll be talking about, from account opening to purchasing your home to starting your business to basic life scenarios. Again, please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so that you do not miss a beat. Also, for more intricate topics, I will be hosting Zoom sessions or Teams sessions, Google sessions, to have a more focused discussion on them, and that's based on how much persons I can gather. So for when I touch on topics like life insurance and stuff like that, if it is that you need, a more focused discussion, we can arrange those meetings at a cost. we can discuss that, and it won't be expensive. For persons who need assistance with like budgeting, and persons who are opening business accounts that need help with doing their cash flows and stuff like that, I can arrange meetings with you at a cost. And for persons who, you know, just need a counseling partner or persons to listen, your life coach is here, and we can arrange for those. So you can just let me know in the comment section, and I will make myself available to you. This is my niche. This is what I'm here to do. I found my purpose and I'm exercising it. So you guys have the issues, call on me and I will help you as best as I can. All right, see you next time. Bye.
That's all for now, guys. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Remember to also comment and follow us on all social media sites. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned to my channel.